up. That's why I had to do this as early as possible. Suppose I could hit record on my own version just so that Ski doesn't keep splicing me together and removing all the laughter and applause. It's frustrating when you do that, you know.
I figured it out.
But yeah. Well, I'm still learning all this stuff. You know, I didn't get into comedy till I was in my 40s because before that I was happy. Also got married, you know, way too young. I was 34. You know, before that, of course, I was happy. I don't know. How many of those can I do? I don't know. That's going to be an ongoing theme that I got to work on. I do have 3 girls, 7, 8, and 9. You know, honestly, I kind of regret naming them that. I kind of wish I'd gone with the middle one was Of. I could introduce them, 7 of 9. No Trekkies here. Okay, fine. Did you see what I did there? I made you, you know, think I was going one direction with this joke, but really I was going New Kids on the Block. You know, okay, well, yeah, One Direction, New Kids. But you know, that's what comedy is, right? It's misdirection, or that's magic. I don't know, or it's the magic of comedy, or you know, comedy of magic. I don't know, but it's misdirection. So when I say I have 3 girls, I want you to assume that I'm a parent, you know, not that, yeah, he's got 3 girls chained up in the basement. I could prove that I could do both, honestly. I don't know why both can't be true. But I'm in the basement right now, so they got to be quiet, right? Yep. But speaking of one of my girls, they're actually 9, 10, and 11 years of age. And my 11-year-old was playing Catan with the rest of us, I guess, recently. And she was trying to figure out, you know, okay, which resources do you want to have and what can you do with them? So she was trying to sell one of her sisters on, you know, the uses of wood. And she says, you can kill people with wood and get rid of your enemies. And the 10-year-old's like, no, you can't. It's not killing in Catan. She goes, in real life, you can. Like, all right, that, you know, it's an angle. She likes those kind of strange perspectives on the world. I don't know where she'd get that idea, but I do like the idea that, you know, a lot of experts in things somehow aren't that, like, you couldn't tell that they're experts in those things necessarily. Like, you know, expert web developers often have kind of the worst websites. Like an expert landscaper will have the worst yard. And I often emphasize how I am an expert parent. My own kid laughed at that one tonight. So it's not, don't feel bad for my kids. Actually, people do wonder, like, you know, how do you get into comedy, especially at my age? And from everything I can hear, it's, you know, you have a traumatic childhood. But, you know, I didn't have a traumatic childhood until my first kid was born at 40, and now I'm into 3 traumatic childhoods all at the same time. Traumatic for me, not for them. Let's just be clear. I don't actually have them locked up in the basement. Obviously, I'm in the basement right now. They'd have to be, you know, far away from here, so you can't hear that. Stop making that noise. But becoming a parent, you do end up taking on all kinds of weird jobs, you know, like I've got a list of all the different positions I've played as, you know, a parent, like a bouncer and a banker and, you know, therapist, stepladder, armrest, pillow, measuring stick, mobile coat rack, bouncy house. You know, the one that I thought of recently is how I am the family garbage disposal. And recently I'm like, you know what, kids, you didn't finish that. I think, you know, it's finally time for once in your life that you finish your own chapstick. You know, I'm not doing it again. It's ridiculous. It's a waste, right? You know, some comics, they really like self-deprecating humor, but not me. I'm not any good at it. I still like that one, even though it's not worth like a laugh, really. So save your breath. Being married has kept me grounded, is what I'm, thinking, like a 747 in a snowstorm. My wife is actually, though, amazingly supportive of my comedy, and so much so that she's offered to help me, by providing some more trauma. So we're going to get a divorce and just see how my career can go as a result of that. But probably it would help if I were more emotionally connected, then I would actually feel the trauma. So unfortunately, it's probably just going to be, somebody else's trauma again. But I did hear somebody at work recently we were interviewing, and we said to this woman, how do you say your last name? And she said, I don't care how you say it. It's my ex-husband's name. I love that. I did catch one of my kids using their phone when they weren't supposed to be using it, more like a tablet than a phone. But I said, it's okay to use it for, communicating with people, but not for anything else. And she said, okay, can I communicate with the villagers in Minecraft? Yeah, always looking for an angle because they're kids. I was thinking about this idea too, about body language, because I'm getting older, and I thought, my body language, it's like you see an old person and they're looking at their whatever's close up, and they're looking this way and they look old. Then they look at something far away and they look old. So I thought, if I could get them to put my lenses in upside down, then I'd have to look at it like this, so I'd look really young. Then when somebody yell at me for something over there, I'd have my head, up like a normal person, instead of, well, I guess I don't really want to do that. I like being abnormal. But also, here, let me just leave you with this. It is weird how even if somebody isn't mad, you can make them mad just by asking why they're mad. It's like, are you mad? No, I'm not mad. Why are you mad? I'm not mad. Well, you look mad. I told you I'm not mad. You sound mad. Well, yeah, you're starting to make me mad. You're totally mad. You've been mad since we got to the party. In fact, that's why we have to leave early, because you were so mad that you made everyone uncomfortable. I wasn't mad, but now I'm really mad. But other emotions don't work that way. Are you horny? No, I'm not horny. Why are you horny? I'm not horny. Well, you look horny. I told you I'm not horny. You sound horny. Well, yeah, you're starting to make me horny. You're totally horny. You've been horny since we got to the party. In fact, that's why we had to leave early. You were so horny, you made everyone uncomfortable. I wasn't horny, but I'm really horny now. Yeah. So that's the one I'm trying to memorize. I don't really know why, because the first half, there's like no laughs in it at all, I don't think. Anyway, I don't really want to see that set again ever, based on how I felt about it. But